they speak to other people's deals, you know, and it isn't like we have to be vulnerable all the time, but we can be who we are. You know, sometimes people just need to be perked up.
Right.
But they, like I said, we're more real when they get the variety that's going on, you know. Everybody's not happy-go-lucky every single day, not even us.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, I'd like my hair to stand up.
Well, you about got it there.
Ooh,
There you go. There you go.
it doesn't move.
Oh my God, you're too funny. Well, tell me this, lovely. Do you want to draw a card and then?
I want to draw a card. How are you doing today, JoAnn?
I am more than good today.
So I woke up this morning very excited because Keepers of the Light was on my brain.
Wow.
Kyle Gray.
By someone else.
Yeah. It's by someone else. And he's got a social media presence, and I've learned a lot from him as well. I really enjoy his approach. He does a lot with Ascended Masters and Angels, a lot of that kind of stuff.
So it makes me wonder, how people develop a presence if everything went, because everything's changing, or are we more satisfied with those closer to us?
I lost you.
Do we not have to be out in every country and every city? I don't know. Or do we connect mentally with the ones who need to connect with us?
Oh, well, I think that's just part of our contract and who we decide to come here to be and what divine spirit wants us to do. I think some people do it one way, some people do it another way, you know.
Excellent.
Diversity. And, you know, I was saying earlier, I think that, you know, one of my shadow selves just lives power, money, property, and prestige. And so I might not be one of those people that is destined to, you know, speak to the world, but just speak, you know, to my neighbor or somebody in the store, you know. I don't know.
Or like groups in the salt caves.
Right. I like that.
Yeah, and that's probably, and you realize, of course, when you speak to like a group someplace, and this is where I've seen me too, they go back and they teach.
Right.
What they learn. And so what a nice, personal, intimate way to truly get the word across. And that makes me think about, you read a book, and I love books. But you hear what you hear. You do how you think you should do it, but you don't have the intimacy of standing there speaking with that person.
Right.
So when I see things going on at the ranch, workshops, 2 or 3 day workshops with a limited number of people, you know, not 100 people, you know, not that type of thing, much more limited than that.
Mm-hmm.
And then see them, who knows where they may be from, and then see them go their direction, and then somebody else goes to their deals, and it's just like domino effect.
Yeah.
I rather like that. I like the idea of not having, that's what else is going to be much easier once as things change right now. And that is, there isn't going to be this lack to where everybody's struggling to get enough money in to make a living. There's going to be a little bit more abundance so that people have time to pursue their passions. and make the difference that they came here to make. Yeah, this is going to be fun. We're in fun times.
You're on. You are on.
This just feels so exciting, so good. And I'm not stressing over technology.
Well, I'm stressing over the card I pulled.
Uh-oh. Good stress.
So, as you were talking, I asked, who is the ascended master that is who can we, embody to help us as we step into this new world, into paradise, into the next thing that's happening. And
Babaji. Babaji.
I'm glad.
And what does it say? Soul what?
Soul expansion. So it's, which I'm sure I'll mispronounce. I'll try not to, but Mahavatar. And you said Babaji?
Babaji.
So you pronounced the J?
Yeah.
I'll put a screenshot of this up so people can see that. And it says soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. It was interesting because you are very on today. And this is very much the energy when you were talking, and just the energy I could feel exuding from you was very much, that soul expansion.
Well, let me speak to that, because that's pretty in my journal for the new year. Some of the first words are expansion, because during my meditations, I could literally feel in my body, in the confines of my body, the movement and expansion of my soul, of my Christ self. And that was the word that I used in my journals. So not only is there that feeling of expansion when you leave the borders of your body with your light, but then there's that other expansion that you feel within your body when you're totally embodying more of your Christ self.
Man, you are, I need to be writing all this down. I'm glad it's being recorded. I mean, this is some good shit. Okay,
well,
this
good.
Is good. I shouldn't say shit, but this is some good stuff.
It's okay.
Man.
It's okay.
Stuff, man. Yeah. So you don't have this deck, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay, but I think that this is definitely you. I mean, this is,
well, and it's happening to so many millions of people right now.
well, of course you're going to say that, because you can't make
it
about you.
But it is, because that's how this all happens. Is it's not just me and you, but you have felt this. Yeah, I know. You have felt this when you have collected soul pieces. You have felt this at other times when you had your Kundalini experience. You have felt all of this. And this is what's happening in our world right now. And some have in their contract, they have said, you know what, we're going to go for the real surprise hit. The minute this announcement comes out, we're just going to flip and hit bliss just like that. Well, we didn't opt to do it that way.
Yep.
We opted to struggle a little bit more, release a little bit more,
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, let me read about Mahavatar Babaji. Babaji, thank you.
Okay.
Mahavatar means great incarnation or avatar, and Babaji means sacred father. Mahavatar Babaji is a deeply respected master yogi who was introduced to the world through the teachings of the Indian yogi Paramahansa Yogananda.
Very good.
Babaji, as he's called for short, is said to be over 2,000 years old and able to travel between Earth and other worlds. He is said to have an invisible temple in the Himalayas that can appear to those he wants to connect with. Many believe that he is like Christ himself, bringing deep love, acceptance, forgiveness, insight, and direction. You may feel that you've retreated from the world recently. Maybe you've not been as active socially or spiritually, but this time of inner rest has really paid off. You are becoming more and more consciously aware of how connected you are to God and all living beings. This sense of union is called yoga. Yoga goes beyond physical ability and into a sense of awareness that's created through spiritual practice, meditation, and devotion to the divine. Mahavatar Babaji, the yogic father, is here to inspire that fire of union within you so that you can understand how your thoughts and actions are creating the waves of energy that form your life.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. And there's a couple things that really caught me. Number one, I used to work with a lady who had gone over to India to see him. And, you know, he could just do like this with his fingers and put like ash in your hand and stuff.
This guy's 2,000 years old.
Yeah, right. And you know, there's many like Jesus and everybody else. When you ascend, you can come back to earth anytime you want to and be seen, actually be seen. But then they talk about avatars. Now, don't you find it interesting, and I'm sure it was totally by error, that Facebook now has the little avatars you can create of yourself?
Yeah, that word has fascinated me because I've only known it as those little personas in cartoons, you know, and in gaming, they're called avatars. Your character in a game is an avatar.
Okay. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so I didn't understand that it had an older sacred Sanskrit meaning.
Yeah, and I'm sure that was a total error on the part of whoever did that, because that's probably had a very, very positive effect on people that maybe they're not even aware of.
Or maybe it wasn't an error, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if there's anyone. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe there's some real special people in the middle of some of this shit too. That would make sense. That would make sense. So yes, I love that part of it, you know, coming in to who we truly are. You know, manifesting the way, you know, there's people high up in the Himalayas and these places that still manifest every meal.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so magic. I just love it. It's what everything is truly about, is magic. You know, but in fact, it's the norm.
Right. And
when things are totally the way they're supposed to be.
Yeah. And this is the illusion that we're in now.
Right. Something.
So
you know, we're talking, we read all the time, we talk all the time about embodying more of our spirit self, our Christ within, our higher self. And that's what we've come here to master, is being able to let go of the ego so that there's more room for our spirit self, our Christ self, to work through us. And that's how we do the work that we came here to do. And that's what's happening when you get your downloads, when we're doing cards for people, or even when you're just sitting talking to somebody and suddenly you say stuff that you had no idea was going to come out. But it's a lot of times what they needed to hear. And that is your Christ self coming forth through this home that you gave it for this lifetime.
So JoAnn is just an avatar.
Absolutely. Yes. I love that.
So
I love that. I am the home, the castle,
So
Now, whatever you want to call it,
human
of
body
spirit.
that we know as JoAnn is the avatar for the soul self that you are, the Christ self.
Absolutely. Beautiful. So we're chess pieces.
Okay.
I mean, I just love that. I love that you put that together like that. I love the avatar. What a nice way to say it. I love that.
And so, yeah, because, I'm thinking about gaming and, you usually, pick even if you're playing like Mario Brothers, you pick a little person that you are, or like in Monopoly,
Right.
the board game Monopoly, I always wanted to be the little dog, that was my avatar.
Yeah.
So if I expand that soul expansion and look outside myself, I'm the avatar. Yeah. And so it's interesting. So who do I allow to control me in this game? Oof.
Yeah. And actually,
This is
yeah.
a video game.
Yeah. You've got a choice. Either your ego can be in control or your higher self can be in control, your Christ self. And your ego will demand control and your higher self will not. It will wait until you are ready to accept it.
Yeah.
Because it knows that it's the one that ends up there.
So this guy, he traveled between Earth and other worlds, is said to have an invisible temple in the Himalayas that can appear to those he wants to connect with. Many believe that he is like Christ himself, bringing deep love, acceptance, forgiveness, insight, and direction. You are becoming more and more consciously aware of how connected you are to God and all living beings. This is fascinating.
Yes,
So
it
much
is.
going on right now. We have so many threads through this.
Yeah, and with all this so-called stuff happening in our political world, in our country, on our planet, it all comes around to more spirituality out of the whole thing, more realization of who we are, more more peace on earth, to where people are doing the original purpose of this planet.
Yeah.
That kind of got out of control. And now we are, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful what's happening right now.
Yeah. I think it's a good time for you to go into an activation because I can tell you can see it.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And we're into gaming today. So, okay, folks, let's just get ready for a new adventure. Let's take a deep, deep heart breath. And as you take this deep breath, see the light of your Christ light. It fills your body with this beautiful golden white light. See it just acting as if your body isn't even there. It just flows out and it saturates Mother Earth and every one of her inhabitants. And then take another deep breath and see your heart light. And your heart light just flows, just rides on top of the Christ light, offering even more to everybody that it affects. So one more deep breath. And I want you to visualize you as an avatar. We are avatars. And your avatar can be a perfect picture of who you are right now, or it can be a picture of how you visualize your true Christ self. You know, I'm much, much taller, much bigger, much younger, much more confident. But just visualize your avatar, even if it looks like the one on your social media. And know that that avatar is filled with your higher self, your Christ within, your God within, however you want to phrase it. And the game that we have been playing, this game of polarity, has been a little bit of a contest between the ego and the higher self. And the ego has always done very well because it had everything behind it. It had the media behind it. It had the teachers behind it. It had the religions behind it. And on top of that, it was a bit of a bully. Yeah, the ego can be a bully. And the higher self, it showed itself in every time that you just, even if by accident, felt totally at peace, totally in a blissful state, and you'd come out of it being puzzled. How can this be? And as we have gone forth and we have grown and more light has been totally focused on this planet from our galactic friends and from our sun and our greater sun, we have begun to realize that that who looked the least powerful is the most powerful. The most powerful and the most peaceful. And then as we learned that we all had this spark within us, that was the spark of God, absolutely anything that is on this planet has a spark of God, because everything's made of source, and God is source. As we began to realize this, and we'd listen to different people, and we realized, oh, we could shine this also. And the more we shined our light, the more we affected others with our light, whether we knew it or did not know it, the more powerful the light became within our avatars. So we're into an extremely magical, beautiful time on this planet right now. So as you take your next breath, give yourself the opportunity to truly feel the expansion of your Christ self, your higher self, your soul in your avatar. See the lightness, but the power of that energy filling your avatar. Cradle the ego. It's got a role, but not the role that it took over. It deserves its rest, and it will be happy to do its exalted job of things like not walking into fire, not getting hit by a car, this type of thing. But it will realize how valuable that is, and it no longer has to be a bully. Take another deep breath and feel the total peace between the ego and your higher self. Notice that as your higher self has expanded in your avatar, that your avatar has expanded also. Your avatar has gone beyond the original body. Another deep breath. And suddenly you hear all the laughter, because we knew this. We've always known this. Oh my God, we just finally woke up. And now we get the reward. We get the reward. We get to rebuild Mother Earth. We get to walk in our glory. We get to teach. We get to love. We get to live in bliss and abundance and peace. So of course there's laughter. How else do we release this huge amount of joy and bliss that's within us at this moment? Oh my God, take another deep breath and just bask in this, knowing that this is the way it is. Another deep breath, and as we come back with a whole new meaning of avatar, a whole new understanding of who we are. And the laughter continues. By the power of 3, the perfect Trinity, this is done. It is done, it is done, it is done.
And so it is.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I love you.